Welcome back to the channel. All right, it's for the mass rank ups, the rank up roundup. I am going to supply fight footage for those that I do have it for, and some of them will end up being in some showcases because I'm extremely impressed. But we're going to go over all the big rank ups, rank 2s, ascended, that sort of thing that I did from late December through late January. Let's get these out. I'm going to talk a little bit about why I ranked them up so you can take that and potentially either investigate these champions or think about ranking them up yourself. Now, the first ones we're going to start off with that I do not have rank footage for here. This first one is going to be Domino. I don't know if I really need to explain this. I did do a hunt for Onslaught. I didn't go too crazy, but I didn't get him. It's a 7-star. I already had the 6-star. I took him up. He's ascended. He's going to be later in this hair video. But I figured I've got this young lady Awakened. She is an absolute menace on Battlegrounds defense. I do enjoy playing her offensively at times too. And I do think of her as a dual threat, as you'll see in the Battlegrounds tier list that we do monthly. So that is why Domino has gone up. Now let's take a look at the next one. I have done it's like a mini essentials video, a mini guide on how to use him. As soon as I pulled him in December, I took him to rank 2. You know I love him. He's one of my favorite champions to play in this game. And yes, because some people have asked about the general tier list, do you really think he's that good? Next month, we might see Warlock slightly go ahead of Shocker, but it's minuscule, and they are still in the tier above all of the best champions in tech, in the tech class. I almost said technology. I do think he's better in war and battlegrounds than he is in just your pure questing content, because his health pools grow. You're going to need to start his ramp over again. But if you enjoy battlegrounds and you enjoy war, and honestly, the health pools have to get relatively sizable for him to get powered out, as long as you have him at a high enough rank. He's phenomenal. He's amazing. Check out my essentials video. In fact, I will link that in the description of this video, as well as DLL's channel, who did a good amount of Shocker warplay. He and TJarvis, actually, I'll link both of them, who did a good amount of Shocker gameplay this last war season, so you can check it out. Mine has been on defense. All right, let's go ahead and move on to who else I have ranked up that I do not have footage for, and we've got none other than Mr. Joe Fixit. He is fantastic. TJ did a full showcase on this. It's really impressive. I need to learn to use Joe a little bit better, but as soon as I do, trust me, there you will see him in my Battleground streams, Battlegrounds showcases, this sort of thing. The bleed damage is phenomenal. We do have him ranked as a dual threat, again, as you see in the tier list. And that is it for the champions that I do not have gameplay for. Let's go ahead and check out those that we do. Okay, this first one, I'm actually extremely pumped up on. If you've seen my recent Crystal Cornucopia and my Mass Crystal Opens, you know how high the SIG is on my Ebony Maw. I have taken him to rank 2. I think he's absolutely a blast to play. Now, I jumped into this last Battleground season very late, just played mainly the last 2 days of it, just due to work, family vacations, and that sort of thing. He can take Maestro fairly well. Cam MCoC has been showing us the way on that. DLL's got a great guide on Ebony Maw. But also, all I can really show you is this. This is just like the potential, and this is on top of him being a great defender. He's won me some Battlegrounds matchups by being a tough defender. I want to show you this. Look at this. I do have the relic, the Ghost Rider relic, which is getting that stagger up. That's kind of important. Look at how big the degen damage is getting. We've got 7 of them. Look at what that's ticking for, right? This is this current safeguard meta. We've got the glance passive up, so we're not doing any damage that way. That's not really Maw's big source of damage. And if I knew how to do this fight better, this fight would be over and probably even faster than you're seeing it. I'm very excited to get to play him better, get more like quick into it so I can show him off in Battlegrounds, because he's not the fastest. He's definitely not. I don't want to lead you astray on that, but he's a very powerful defender, and he's good enough in some offensive matchups, particularly if you can get that Ghost Rider relic, which will get you that stagger, help you in some of those matchups. Now, continue on. This is how powerful these champions are, the roles that they're fitting in my account. You can see me play this very poorly. This is a hazard shift fight against an ascended Wolverine in tier 1 war, right? We all know how brutal tier 1 war was this last season, tier 2 actually, and so on down with the tactic. But that's for another video. I'll get out a video on how to kind of help you through with that. And you can see already, I'm playing this terribly. I'm very unsure why I'm even going about this. I have the Odin pre-fight there, and then I'm going to throw the special 2 and cause Wolverine Weapon X to go berserk, because there's so many hits in the special 2, like just series of air after air. But again, this isn't about how good I am. This is about how good these champions are. So we didn't get full damage from that. He then goes in and absolutely obliterates us, takes so much damage off. But Warlock is also bleed immune, plus he has the I think it's the frostbite immunity, which is going to come up later. So I think he's become even more valuable. He's a very valuable champion. He's a fantastic champion, not just war, not just PvP, although I do think he's better there than he is in general questing, but he's also good enough in general questing too. And you can see, because of all of this, I'm still at like 57% health. The SP3 actually serves some sort of purpose there. And we're going to close out this fight where really many other champions would have totally been killed and gotten a loss here against TCN and Tier 1 War. And, you know, my Lance got top 4. We got top 4 in the world, top 4 in Masters. And if I had been assigned a different champion who's not bleed immune, there's no way we survived that. So that's how good he is. It's not like his perfect matchup. It's a good matchup for him. But there you go. Now, I'm going to show you Diablo, and I'm eventually going to get out a full showcase on Diablo because I can tell there's a lot of them here like, really? You think Diablo is this good? Yes, I do. Look at all these various pre-fights he has. Now, we're going to go up against this Korg, and I am going to pick the Nullify one. Yeah, the Green of Uru. Now, I was also tempted to take the one that makes him go stun immune. Yes, Diablo can go stun immune. And in the limited, like I said, it was about 48 hours that I played Battlegrounds this last meta. And I personally feel like it was input issues or the game just being wonky. The AI is clearly taking a step backwards as Kabam continues to try to work on it. But the game was reading it as reparries. I was clearly holding block, but I was getting stunned off reparry so often. So I was very tempted to take it there against this Korg, but ultimately chose not to. This is a 7-star Korg. This is a tremendous amount of health, which is why I'm showing it to you. Also, I wanted you to see this, right? I've taken that damage. I'm at 83% health. I might make one more mistake. Let's see. And also, I am not running the recoil tree. So we don't have the bleed, we don't have the poison, we have the plus attack. And in my essentials video and my guides on Diablo, I said, I didn't think it was necessary. Yes, that would increase his damage. I'm not going to say it wouldn't. But look at these results we're going to get here. And this is the safeguard meta. So we're really just getting our damage from our poisons. We're going to throw our SP3. Now it's going to place 20 of those like kind of do nothing buffs, but it's going to give us something to nullify. Now watch the sparks really fly here. We're at 76% health. And remember, this is the safeguard meta. I guess it's 10 of the buffs. No, not 20. I apologize. I didn't mean to steer you wrong there. But here we go. And then we're going to heal back up. I'm going to let this drink finish instead of getting the plus attack. So we got the nice little heal there. We are locked out of our special 3, which I think is a great mechanic. It's also on White Tiger, which I think is beautiful. What a great use of taking a really cool mechanic from another champion and applying it to a future one. And we're just going to continue to go on. You see the poisons doing their work. And look at this. We are now all the way back up to 100% health, despite the mistake we made, which is great for questing, great for war, and great for battlegrounds because you can get your score increased higher as your health remaining is a big part of why you can get a nice score there. And then Iceman, you see what he's doing on defense, right? Well, check this out. I've used him a ton, almost more on offense this last meta, but he was great on defense. Now look at this. This is Ebb and Flow Knockdown. This is, again, Tier 1 War. This is off season, but we've got this Kingpin here. And yes, we are going to get a Fury from the node. I'm not about hiding the ball from you here. But we're also having minimized here now too, because there's this protection up. And there's one of the things I want to show you. When Iceman's buff went live, I was really disappointed. With the trend of where Mutant had been going, those that are placing these debuffs, there had been some sort of penalty to skill for shrugging it. And Iceman didn't come with one. And I was really disappointed by it. But as I continue to play with him, I'm finding a lot of the positive of what is there. And look at this. This is really cool, right? Because when this protection comes back up, Kingpin should be shrugging all of the buffs. Kingpin himself is shrugging all of the buffs. But they can't shrug the passives. And so I am just continuously stacking all of these nice passives. We're getting a benefit from the Fury from the node. We started off with, I think, about 35% health. And plus, we've got our ice armor. We're getting to keep our ice armor here. So if any mistake should be made, that's going to help us out quite a bit if we should stun or get stunned or something like that. And when you look at this, right, for Iceman, I'm not trying to tell you his damage is amazing. I'm not. What I'm saying is it is adequate. I have used him in Battlegrounds. You're going to see me take a photon with him in the safeguard meta when she's got all those debuffs on us. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to get that out too. And we're going to go in and we're going to get this fight over here in just a few seconds. Look at all this. Look, I mean, I think if you've got your expectations realistic on what his damage output is, when you include he's got all 3 of those immunities, and he's by far the best natural counter to Bullseye, who is currently terrorizing the Battle Realm, I am extremely happy with my rank 5 ascended Man, I'm very, very happy I took him up. And like I said, I'm actually using him offensively. Now, I think this is going to be the last footage we have here. We've got this one I opened. So this is a little bit tricky, right? I went into this fight knowing I would have to really mess it up to not solo. But I could take a lot of damage. And one of the ways I could do that would be by constantly making mistakes, but also stunning Korg here and not taking advantage of the incredibly heavy long, heavy reach of Onslaught. So that's what I'm really going to be doing. This fight is not going to be played perfectly at all. But I'm going in, throwing my SP1 here. At least I should. Jeez, what am I doing? What am I doing? This was early in the season, folks. This was early in the season. There we go. Getting the really, really nice pause. I should have thrown my SP1, but I didn't. And so this is Onslaught. And we'll just use this to kind of talk about Onslaught and the rest of these fights. Is all of these champions serve some sort of purpose, right? I enjoy playing them, or they're going to be helpful for me in battlegrounds, they're going to be helpful for me in alliance war attack or defense. Onslaught is phenomenal. I've meant everything I've been saying about him. I think he is really pushing the relationship between Mutant and really a lot of classes forward. He can just totally turn off nodes here. He's clearly a powerful defender. It does feel like there's ways to get around him. I don't feel like he's cheap. I think you just gotta kind of really learn how to fight him as people are. And as you can see, I'm kind of starting to figure out how to play him a little bit better here in this fight. And I think I'm starting to do a little less fancy stuff as I just try to avoid the one I opened there so much. But the damage output's clearly there too. The damage output is clearly there. I do wish I had gotten the 7-star, but you know, c'est la vie, it's such is life. Gotta move on. And I am extremely, extremely happy with my 6-star, rank 5, Ascendant Onslaught. I will have zero regrets about it, as he's just such a phenomenal dual threat. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think what you disagree with, or what you would have chosen differently, or how a video like this maybe helps you. It helps me make future ones. And let me know too who you want to see those showcases for. As of right now, I have a showcase planned for Diablo and a showcase planned for Iceman. I do think Iceman in particular is more and more relevant in the meta as time goes on because of Bullseye and because of all of his immunities. And as you know, I think Evade has definitely come back. It's a threat we need to be mindful of, and he can just absolutely shut it down. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.